It's time to check your money with America's Money Maven, Vicky Brackens. Vicky Brackens is the president of Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and a registered representative of LPL Financial, member SIPC. And back again for Vicky is the friendly neighborhood advisor, Michael Jennings.
Yes,
Morning,
I'm back.
Michael. You
Good morning.
back.
How you doing?
You back. He's back. And so, Mike, what you got for us today?
Today, I'm just going to talk about something really simple, but something that plagues all of us in one way or another, and that is bad money habits. Now, George, do you have any bad money habits that you?
Um, I never met a payment plan I didn't like.
That's a common one. Yeah, yeah.
Right, right,
I'll
right.
give you that one.
Easy pay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only $20 a month or whatever, and then you're like, wait, what?
Well, like I said, this is something that plagues everyone. And it's the easiest thing to see with like some of our newer clients as outsiders looking into a situation.
Mhm.
But the people that have these habits, they might not be all that clear. Having bad money habits doesn't just affect you, right? They also affect the people that care about you, especially the ones that depend on you. So before you let those become your default way of life, let's just try to nip some of those in the bud while we can. All right. So the first
Or
and
correct
probably
some that are already.
exactly correct some that's already kind of set in stone, but
Yeah.
those ones will be a little bit harder, but at least acknowledging them will be good. So the first that probably is one of the simplest is just have goals. If you don't have a bar set, then you'll always be below it, right? And that's not a way to go about life. So setting goals for yourself can give you something to feel good about once you achieve them. Give yourself an amount of money to save every check, just in case you run into an expected issue. That's your emergency savings, right? If you have debt, focus on paying the smaller debts off first so that they're off your plate. You don't have to worry about them anymore. These don't have to be super huge goals. They just have to make sense to you and your situation. And even achieving those small goals, those little baby step goals, they can be a bright spot in a day where everything else wasn't as good. Another goal that you can set is working on another bad habit, and that is overspending. Now, this problem pops up in a few different ways. So some of you out there, you didn't listen when I told you to get your budget in order at the end of last year. You're starting to see we're done with January. February is off
But
to a start. And go ahead, George.
so I was going to say, so basically, you're basically saying have a budget if you don't have one.
Basically, I maybe I didn't say it clearly enough the first time, or maybe I just need to reiterate it as for some of the people that didn't
Right.
catch that episode. But every payment that you sign yourself up for, whether it's essential or non-essential, it builds up your total expenses that you are liable for. Now, if your expenses are close to what you're bringing home in income, you should probably consider cutting back on some of these non-essential items because you're going to find yourself living on a very delicate balance between what you're bringing home and what you can afford. So, live within your means. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses. I thought we were done with TikTok. TikTok's back. You're gonna keep scrolling. You're gonna keep seeing all these different things people are doing. Don't get caught up in all that, right? People who overspend their cash are also prone to another type of overspending, and that's using credit. Now, we could have a whole discussion on credit, and we probably will pretty soon. But credit is a powerful tool, but you should only be borrowing what you can handle. Using credit cards in place of having actual cash is one of the quickest ways that you can get into debt or deeper into debt. Carrying a large balance is a sign that you couldn't handle taking on that debt in the first place. So try to keep your total credit balance under 30% of whatever your total credit limit is, and that's across all
All of
cards.
them. Right.
Exactly. Don't get caught up in another thing too. Don't get caught up in those short-term loans. I know when you get to that checkout page and you see that little afterpay or that Klarna pay over time button, it could be very enticing. I know. You're just setting yourself up for the same issue. It's debt is debt.
No
Whether you
matter,
gotta pay
right.
it, you
Today
gotta
or tomorrow, it's still got to be
pay it
paid.
tomorrow, every month, every 2 weeks. You still gotta pay it. So paying the minimum it is the bare minimum. So you should be comfortable paying more than that to avoid paying more in interest over time. But in that same regard, if the minimum is all you can do, then at least pay that. Because the other habit that can cost you even more money is late payments, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you have recurring payments, more than likely, most of them, you probably have them for a reason. These are your daily living expenses, your mortgage, your rent, your utilities, all the things you have to pay more, your car note. Most of the time, a late payment on these things means an additional fee, and that's what it's going to cost you more over time. Now, these fees may seem small individually. You're like, oh, that's little $5 here, a little $10 here, a little 1%, 2% here. They
I
add
don't
up
know
over
what fees you talking about. Because if you miss a credit card payment, it can be hefty.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Some of them they basically tack on that next payment on
Yeah.
top of it too. So now you're paying double for one. Um, Now the solution to this, if you have a payment that needs to be paid, you know it needs to be paid, then just put it on auto pay. Just set it and forget it, right? For these essential things, like I said, you know you're gonna have to make this payment, so just rip the Band-Aid off. Just do it. Um, Now we all lead busy lives, right? So I know it's easy to get caught up in some of these bad habits, and I have about 10,001 more to go through, but this is a time-sensitive program. And not all of them are going to apply to every one person.
Right.
So if you want to get ahead of these things, if you want to shake off some of these bad habits, just please give me a call, 315-748-5540. Again, that's 315-748-5540, or send me an email at michael.jennings@brackensfsn.com. It's not too late. It's never too late to get your finances in order.
All right, thank you very much. You know what it is too late for, though? The Black History Month Cabaret. It
Oh,
is sold out. So that is that. All right, Michael Jennings, our friendly neighborhood advisor. Vicki Brackens is the president of Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC. And she is the president of Brackens Financial Solutions LLC and a registered representative of LPL Financial, member SIPC. She is America's money maven.